Why did you need these additional funds?
Well, Ed, great question, and thanks for having me. We weren't actually looking for financing, but we had been talking to CapitalG for several years. We'd certainly viewed them as an amazing potential investor for us. And we just had a catch-up conversation a few months ago, and that led to a quick meeting of the minds. And while we didn't need the capital, we weren't looking for the capital, it was such an opportunity that we didn't want to pass it up.
Caroline, I find this incredibly interesting in this environment. Essentially, a flat round, interesting some of the other investors, including Goldman Sachs' asset management unit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of this comes around a market that is deeply energized by all things AI,
Yes.
generative AI in particular. Jack, what is AlphaSense actually doing? What are you currently providing?
So our platform is really a market intelligence and search platform for enterprise customers. It's basically helping these big companies, financial firms and corporations find the right data points and insights to make the big decisions that really matter in their businesses. I mean, if you think about it, for every company, their enterprise value is a cumulative sum of the decisions that they make, and we help them make every one of those better by having the right access to data points and insights, so they can make a little bit better decisions more quickly and confidently.
Yeah.
And this was just really hard to do before. People were Control-F searching, and still are today out there in the market, PDF documents, or searching on the web for critical business insights that drive million-dollar, sometimes billion-dollar decisions. So really what we're bringing to them is thousands of high-value sources in one place where you can search across them really powerfully and find the insights that you can rely on. And that's we've found to be really a solution that resonates in the market. More than half of the Fortune 500 companies are today using this. So that's
Google using it,
today.
Merck, Shell, Bank of America, Raytheon. There is a lot of debate, though, when you're thinking about the data troves that you're using to bring this sort of analysis and to speed up everyone's productivity, is how reliable can the data be, and how is it ethically being used? How much are you feeding into that sort of conversation right now?
That's a really, really important conversation. It's, in our case, we've always built our platform in a way that we're sourcing information from really, truly high-value content, from equity research, companies' own disclosures, news media, and expert interviews of people in the trenches in business. Sharing insights with investment analysts and on calls that we transcribe. So it's really high-value business information. So grounding the information that our search engine finds in those high-value sources is really important. And then we're able to deliver really the value back to the content providers. When somebody's content is being used more, they also get paid more as a content provider. So. There's a really important debate around whether that's happening appropriately with large language models. But as we add language model capabilities on top of this high-value content, we've kind of built a system in a way that content owners actually get paid as they should.
And Ed, it really feels like this debate will run and run, but I like the way in which we're starting to really try and see the application. We keep questioning what layer of AI is going to be the most valuable. Is it, well, the infrastructure that sort of Jack is building? Is it the companies that own some of the data troves as well?
And as Jack would point out, the inputs for the large language model, the data set you're relying on is important. It leads me to Alphabet, Jack, and Google. CapitalG would kind of point out they run independently as the growth venture arm. But I wonder how close this does bring you to Alphabet and to Google, what partnerships you can explore, what advantage from access to data that might give you as you work on your own product.
Well, certainly a big part of the motivation of partnering with CapitalG is the opportunity to partner with the broader Alphabet umbrella. They have a really large portion of the world's AI scientists and developers working for the business, and this certainly does give us opportunities to partner with them, have conversations with them, and also have conversations with people where we can just advance our business and go to market. So that was certainly a big part of the motivation of inviting them in as an investor at a moment where we weren't looking for the capital.
Jack, many might then think, oh, they might be a quite useful owner. What is your view, your direction of travel for the business? You want to remain independent, want to IPO?
We really see this as a huge market opportunity. And we're building this with the time scale of the next 10 years, 20 years. And to gain the resources to really build the kind of company that we're building, we see IPO as an inevitable step along the way. So that's the path that we're on.